Welcome back to the Earn by Experience podcast, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Ben Browse. Each week, the goal is to bring on a new and inspiring guest. This week, I had my friend Mallory Barton on, and I've known Mallory most of my adult life, if not all of my adult life, really. She's a total badass. She's a college grad. She's been in the horse industry her whole life. So we sat down and got to hang out and have an awesome conversation. So whether you're into horsemanship or personal growth, I think you'll really enjoy this episode. So I'm super thankful that she came on and hung out. And I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. And each week this thing gets a little bit bigger. So just want to say thanks, and we'll see you next week. Mallory, happy Halloween.
Oh, it is Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known with your shirt. I didn't dress up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was funny. I almost texted you and was like, hey, we should dress up and put on costumes or something.
Oh, you know Halloween is not my favorite. Frankie always makes me dress up every single year. And I'm just like, okay.
Did you guys do your annual horse?
Yeah, yesterday.
ride?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen pictures yet.
Oh, yeah. There was just one. She gave me a hat and a cape. And I was a witch.
Oh, she dressed you up?
Yeah, every year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's not my favorite. But
Was the kids involved?
No.
Oh.
It was just her. She had her lesson yesterday, and she was like, you have to wear your costume this year, every year. I'm like, oh, fine. I humor her every year for about 30 minutes.
That's fun. I like seeing the pictures.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it is fun. It's all good. It's all good times. I mean, it's since we don't have like all of the group lessons anymore. We don't have the all the kids dressing up every time or decorating the jumps as much as we used to, but they still participate. Sense. Yeah.
I forget about that.
Yeah, I know.
It's all private now?
Yeah. I mean, every now and then I'll have like a group lesson, like when we go cross country schooling or a jump lesson that'll be together, but most of it's just private, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to have you in the studio. I've been thinking about this a while.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
It always blows my mind when I think about it that I've known you as long as I've known my wife, Jessica. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it dawned on me this morning that we even used to work together.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, it's so crazy.
I know, that was so long ago too.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of wild to see it all where we're at now and what's going on, but I love that we get to see each other a lot on a daily, well, not on a daily basis, but it's just been kind of cool. And then just where we came. So,
yeah, that's true. I didn't even think I have known you, or you have known me as much as you've known Jess.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of like a package deal back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I met you guys, and you guys had a nice little, it was like a little condo or something, or apartment.
Little apartment, yeah.
And, Jessica and you guys were going to Purdue.
Yep.
The whole crew that lived there you're all going to Purdue.
Yep.
And
yeah,
that's kind of where,
oh my gosh, yeah.
where I was introduced to you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm just like a young high school kid. You guys are in college.
Yeah. You're like so young.
Yeah. Well,
it's all right.
How it goes.
It is how it goes. So
it's kind of cool. And then I didn't really realize it, but Jessica's into horses. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I went to the barn and found out that you did it too, and that's kind of probably how you guys intertwined.
Yeah. So. We met at I didn't know her, but she boarded at the barn, or she came one semester and boarded at the barn that I was at. And then it's funny, like I didn't see her for like a couple months, and I was like, she just came and like brought her horse, and then I haven't seen her since, and because I was there like a lot. I worked there a lot, and then one day she came out, and we just like hit it off, and like we were friends ever since, and just the rest is history. Yeah, we're kind of inseparable for college. And
yes, well, she went for like economics and things and business and whatnot, but what did you specialize in, or what were you going for?
So when I went to Purdue, I I transferred up there from IUPUI in Indianapolis, and I changed my major when I went to Purdue to animal agribusiness. Because I always knew I wanted to like do something with animals or horses. I wanted to do horses like forever. But my parents were like, you have to go get a job or a college degree and job. Cause I think they wanted the standard, like you go to school and you get a good job and you get married and have kids and all of those things. And that just like really wasn't what I wanted to do. When you're in high school, you take those tests and they're like, what do you want to be? And mine was always like construction worker. Like it was always like working with my hands and doing things like that. And that wasn't really acceptable. Like you got to go to college and like find something that you're going to make a lot of money at. And I mean, now I know construction workers do make a lot of money, but whatever.
Yeah. Well,
that's my stepdad did that. And so, he did a good job, but
yeah, there's no right or wrong way.
No.
I think, from in my perspective, I'm like, I just kind of just kept going whichever path led me to where I was going to be at.
Yeah.
Like it was no set in stone thing. Like, and I tried college. That was fun.
Yeah.
But like, there's no right or wrong way.
No, not at all.
So.
Yeah. So like in high school, I'd be like, all right, well, like construction worker, like that doesn't seem like a college degree, like where, your school is prepping you to go all these years. And I was like, all right, well, I'm really good in chemistry, so maybe I'll do something with that. Like I took, honors chemistry, AP chemistry, like I was really good at it. So I was like, okay, well, in high school, CSI, did you ever watch that show?
Oh, yeah.
Like came out and I was like, well, forensic science is awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do that. And then when I was in high school, I worked in the Greenwood Crime Lab. And
really?
yeah, so like every other day in high school, I would take half a day and I'd go work at the crime lab. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to see a lot of really cool things. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Was it like legit active crime stuff?
Oh yeah,
or was
absolutely.
It just for training?
No, absolutely. Crime stuff. They would bring in, like I worked in the lab, so like they would bring in the drugs that they picked up, and I saw a lot of like, unfortunate like child abuse cases and stuff that they were like taking samples of, and I did a lot of like making controls for the chemist guy to test the drugs against to make sure like, oh, they picked up some, LSD, like does it match what the control is? So I could make that kind of stuff. It was awesome. Yeah. So, it was really cool. And so right out of high school, I was like, well, this is pretty fun. I like working in a lab. So I went to IUPUI for a year, and I was in the honors chemistry program and did that for a year and did well. And I was like, well, I kind of want to go to the big campus and have like the college life and do those kind of things. And so I went to Purdue. I transferred up to Purdue. And when I was there, I was like that whole summer, like before I left, I was like riding a lot. And I was like, I just really want to do horses. Like this is all I want to do, but I still have to go get a degree. So I transferred to the animal agribusiness program. And so I was like, well, it would be like adjacent. Maybe I can find some kind of job in horses that isn't just like cleaning stalls and riding and teaching and stuff like that. So, make my parents happy.
What does agribusiness include? Because I know it's such a broad spectrum. Like when I think of it, I think of like my experience with it is like recycling of animal litter and things like that. Yeah,
so I could have run like chicken companies and
that's what I was thinking.
Done like the business side of those kind of things. So like it is a business degree with more like animal animal background.
Okay.
But like even still, like I'm up there and I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, but I just want to ride.
And you're riding this whole time.
Yeah,
right?
I'm riding this whole time. Like I started
Had a
riding
horse.
when I was like in 4th grade, and I was all in. Like that's all I ever wanted to do was ride horses and go to the barn. And my parents like humored me. They're like, fine, we'll take you. But they didn't love it because it's it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time. But that's all I ever wanted to do, and it kept me out of trouble. And I worked hard at it.
Well, also, there's the thing that I don't think about with horses is like you guys are athletes. Like, not everyone looks like it, or like I'm not saying that, but like when I look at a person riding a horse, I'm not looking at like a runner. Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. But I get from my own experience getting on one, your body's cooked cooked
Oh, yeah.
when you're done.
Yeah.
And you feel it for the next couple of days. So it's like, you guys are so strong in so many other areas. It's like, it takes so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot more to it than just riding the thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And so like all growing up, I was like, all I want to do is like go to the 5-star in Kentucky, which is like the highest level of competition in eventing. And so like, that's all I wanted to do. So I like rode all the time. I was like, that's going to be my goal. Like, you know, you have Olympic dreams when you're a kid, but you know, like now I don't really have that dream anymore, but I still want to ride at the top of the level. And so anyway, so like I'm always thinking about riding horses. And when I'm in college, I'm working at a barn and I'm like still all in. Like all I want to do is horses. That's all I think about. You know, I'm having fun in college, like going to class and doing the things like so I could graduate and hopefully get a job that would maybe like afford a horse or something. So, so, you know, I complete my degree. I go and graduate, and then I go back home to Greenwood.
Okay.
And so I'm living there, and I have my horses at the barn I grew up riding at. And I'm like, that's all I think about. Like, I end up getting an internship with the Indiana Horse Racing Commission. And so I go and work that, and then I go and ride. And that's all I do. Like, literally all I do.
So it was more on the horse side,
yes.
the racing side of things.
Yes. So I'm in the racing side. I'm working. So when I was an intern, I worked for like the standardbreds. So like kind of what's down the street here at the casino. And I'm traveling around to all like the county fairs and helping the vets pull drug test and stuff like that. And that was really fun. Like I really enjoyed that. And then at the end of my intern summer, they hired me full time. Okay. So I worked there for 4 years, and I was the director of the thoroughbred and quarter horse breeding program. Okay. So I helped. I mean, director may not be the right word, but I helped like run that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'll be the director. I don't think that was my official title, but I helped like register all the horses and help pay awards and things like that. I got to go to the track and be around horses. So it was like, all right, satisfied me a little bit, satisfied my parents that I had like a good job and benefits and all the things. Yeah. So they were happy. But, you know, the last couple years of doing that, like all I thought about was like, how can I get out of work early to go ride? That's all I would think about. And then I would like sit there and read Eventing Nation all day, do my work, read. Like I would just think about horses all the time. And I was like, I knew like I have to get out of this. I don't want to sit at a desk anymore and, you know, input horses, working, just putting data in, and I don't know. It just wasn't fun anymore. And so my friend Jamie, who's she's my best friend growing up. We rode horses together all the time. She quit her engineering job to run the barn we grew up riding at. Okay. And so she was working there, you know, teaching lessons and doing stuff for like 6 months. And we redid that whole barn. Like I would go to my day job, I would go to the barn, and I would work till like midnight, just like redoing the stalls and like power washing and just like making the place look good.
I think I remember Jamie.
You've met. Yeah.
Okay.
She's been out here.
Okay. She was friends with her for a long time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
was a cool place.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She we would go work together like all night, and then I would get up and go to my day job, and then I would come to the barn and ride, and then help her just like help her make the barn into something that like we would be proud of. And then about 6 months later, she was like, so you're going to do this with me full time now? And I was like, I really want to. And so like we worked it out that, okay, like I think I could do it. She's like, you can clean, like I'll clean the stalls and do all the feedings, and I'll have some lessons to teach, a couple lessons to teach. And then she's going to do most of like the training and most of the teaching. So I was all in. Like, I was like, I know this is what I want to do. And I really want to just do horses full time. I know I'm going to be taking like a huge pay cut and, you know, lose my benefits and all that. But I was like, I'm all in. Like that's the only way I'm going to get to the Kentucky 5-star is if I jump in and do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I told my parents, and did not go well.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. They were like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
They did not go over well. But I believed in myself, and I was like, I know I'm gonna do well at this.
And if not, you have a degree, so
exactly.
you can always go back.
Yeah, I can always go back.
Maybe you'll get a different job doing something that's along the same lines but different.
Right.
You know?
Right. So it's like there's so many paths, but I was like, I just know that this is what I want to do and where I want to be. So Jamie was awesome and hired me to, get me out of like the desk job. Yeah. And I loved it. And she like quit her engineering job to do this.
That's crazy.
And so I was like, all right, well, if she can do it, like I can too. Mm-hmm. So it was good. And I had just gotten together with Matt at the time when this all was happening. So
really?
Yeah. So he went through the whole like transformation of me being at a job to not at a job. And like, we were just freshly together when I was like, I'm doing this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where, so while you guys were still up at Purdue, like I was working at the racing commission, and then I quit that to work for Jamie. And then, I'm still keeping in touch with Jess. And then I think at this time, Jess, you guys had moved out here. Mm-hmm. And it was like, what was it? The spring of 2012 or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah. She just texted me and was like, I'm building a barn. When are you moving? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you're really building a barn? Like, what are you talking about? And then she sent me the plans, and I was like, oh, you're building a barn.
Yeah.
Like, not just a barn. Like, and then she was like, so when are you moving?
Yeah.
And so then I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I was like, that would be amazing. Like, what an opportunity.
If it ever actually happens.
Yeah, right. Like, if it actually happens. And
yeah.
I was like, so she just, I think I saw it, like she came back to Lafayette, or you guys came to Lafayette, and I met with her, and she was like, yeah, like we're going to do this. I'm like, okay. So let's see it. And so then I think some time went by, and she kept texting me. I was like, when are you moving? When are you coming? And I'd be like, all right. Like,
is it serious?
Yeah. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then,
so she actually didn't say like, hey, do you want to come out here and like work for my barn or be a trainer?
It was pretty much just like, when are you moving? Yeah. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, well, that sounds pretty cool. Uh-huh. So, some time went by. I think it was like the summer of 2012. And she was like, here are the plans. I'm serious. Come out and visit. So I think it was the end of July or something. Came out and visited. And I was like, yeah, this is...
Check the area out.
Yeah, I was like, this is amazing. Like, what an opportunity.
Yeah. At that point, I don't think we even broke ground yet. Right? No. It was just still an idea.
It was just, yeah. And like, I saw
land.
the plans, and there was land, and that was it. Well, okay. I think you had the barn back here.
Oh, yeah. The
little, like,
thing
the little 3 stalls.
Here.
But that was all that was here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'm going to do it. So when I was a kid, I always wanted to move out to the East Coast.
Really?
Yeah, because when I would get the omnibus, which is the calendar for eventing, I would look through it, and there would be like 30 shows in a summer out here. And compared to like Indiana, there was like 8. And I'd be like, I want to move out there. Look at all the shows. Like, how fun would that be? Gotcha. So I always wanted to live out here. And
I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
Where I feel like the horse community is so big all the time that so it's bigger out this way than it is out
to do
west?
To do eventing, which is the sport that I love, like the triathlon of horse sports. So like I always wanted to live out here because I wanted to be able to go to all the different shows, and I would get the magazines, and I would see like David O'Connor and Philip Dutton are like competing at Fair Hill, and I'd be like, I want to go to Fair Hill, because they were like my childhood heroes. And like I would get the magazines and I'd be like, I want to be them. Like
that's crazy. Yeah. So you were looking at all that stuff in the magazines.
Yeah, like because we didn't have social media when we were kids, so I would get my magazines and I would just comb through and read every article about all the top riders, and like that was my social media back then, which I think was better. Yeah. So probably. I have a big problem with social media sometimes, like with kids. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I always wanted to live out here. And then so when this opportunity came out, I was like, I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. And I wasn't even together with Matt for a year when I told him this, or maybe we had just been a year. And I was like, I'm moving. Are you going to come with me? And he was like, okay. So
Yeah.
like he jumped all in, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember. Did you guys visit together that time, or was
Yes,
it just
yeah,
you?
we came,
Okay.
we visited together. So
Okay.
yeah, I think we were just together for like a year.
Gotcha.
But when I went back after we visited, I went up to Jamie and I was like, so I just got back from seeing Jess, and like she knew that, she lived out here. She knew Jess, right? And so I was like, just got back and she's building a barn and would like for me to come out. And she was like, so I was going to talk to you anyways, because Mike, who is her husband now, got a residency in South Carolina. So I'm going to be moving too. And I was like,
Perfect
well, this
timing.
is wild. I mean, it was like literally perfect. So we ended up telling the barn owner, like, I think like the next week or something, that we were both moving, and they didn't know that I was, but they knew that Jamie was having this meeting, and they turned and looked at me and were like, well, do you want to take over the barn here? And I was like, well, I have this other opportunity. And so then they literally told me to get out of the meeting. Like, I was like,
Really?
all right, bye. Like, I've known these people my entire life. Yeah. So
And
it
they
was,
just kicked you out?
yeah. And I was just like, okay, well, that was a little sad,
It's a
because like
bummer.
I've known these people forever. But it is what it is. That's in the past. I don't care anymore. But yeah. So then
That's wild.
I know, right?
I feel like it's like, not to get on a tangent here, but
Yeah.
like when you guys are in the barn, I just look at it from my view, and I'm like, you guys almost are a family. Like, you guys spend so much
100%,
time
yep.
together. That blows my mind. They were just like, hey, get out, see ya.
I know.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they just wouldn't have somebody to like just fall into place, and I
Yeah.
think they were put off by it too. I think they knew Jamie may have been leaving, but they didn't know I was. So I think they were like, all right, see ya. It's
That's
like,
wild.
okay.
All kinds of kinds.
I know. I know. So it was like a month later, I moved out here, and it was just me and the horses. Matt came a little later, and yeah, like
And you saw the whole building of the barn.
yeah. I worked at Food Lion for like 6 months or something. I was like, it's fine. Like, I
Yeah.
was just happy.
I think it's killer that you got to see the construction of the barn too, and like
Yeah.
there was probably like little incremental changes along the way as it was going up. That like
Yeah.
something's not going to go right, or the wash stalls need to be here or something. Like, it's kind of cool that you saw the whole.
Yeah, it was really fun to see it from like a outsider, like being, oh wow, like it's a production.
Yeah.
I'll never forget like when they were putting the roof on the indoor, and just like the 3 Amish guys were up there. And I was like, I was down in the grass arena riding, and I was just like, oh, please don't fall. Like, I was so nervous because they were just up there walking around.
Yeah.
So
I remember they put the trusses together in the parking lot in like sections,
Yeah.
and then craned them over there
it
to
was
it.
wild. Yeah, the whole thing was wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really cool to see from like the ground floor. So, and it's really cool to see it now, like
Yeah.
where it's come, like where it was of a cornfield, and now it's this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and you're steering the ship, kind of like in the grand scheme, like
Yeah.
with the training and whatnot.
Yeah,
so.
it's pretty. Wow.
So you run like you're the head trainer.
Instructor.
Yeah, you're the bomb over there.
Yeah.
But I guess when it was first brand new, there was a whole different structure to it too, where
Yeah.
we had like a lesson program.
Yeah.
And then it changed later on, but
Yeah.
you've seen it from everything.
Yeah, yeah. Like when we first started, that was kind of part of the fun. Is we got to go try lesson horses and like buy nice horses for these kids to learn how to ride on, and I'll like going to the tack stores and buying 60 buckets, like things like that. Like, I mean, it was just fun to like from the ground floor to be able to outfit a barn with the stuff it needs and the horses, and then just see the people just slowly trickle in. And then I remember, the first lesson I taught, and I was like, wow, like this is real. This is happening. Cause at that time, like I would teach like 2 lessons, and I would, do the chores. And I think Jess was pregnant with little Ben at the time or something, like when we first started. So, or Emma was really young as well. So, busy with the kids, and I don't know, like it was really fun to see it from the beginning. We had public lessons, and people would come in and come and ride once a week and do the like the after school kind of riding thing. Like I would teach from like 4:30 to 8:30, which seems wild now. Because now if I teach after 5, I'm like, whoa, this is really late.
Yeah. I see the lights on over there, and I'm like, either somebody's over there riding super late, or it's always seemed like somebody's over there doing something.
Definitely, yeah.
It's wild. All those little things though, like where it was Jessica thought it was going to go, and like where you guys both thought it was going to go, really, to where it became now. Which it could steer somewhere else too. It's like every little thing you learned along the way.
It's still like evolving and growing. Like, I mean, I'm so grateful for the lesson program because it brought us so many good clients. You know, we needed that at the beginning to like get people in the door and, you know, into our program, and, you know, seeing how, you know, like having a barn of quality and like good horses and like riders can really come along, and like we've made some like lifelong friends and clients that way.
And you've also seen the kids, well, some of them from like where they started in, they were young kids, and now they're driving and they're adults.
Oh my gosh, it's wild.
That's the crazy thing to me.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that like cycle so many times, and, you know, like I don't have kids. And so for me, like that's fun for me to see, like they're all my children. Like they kind of grow up and leave, and maybe they'll come back later and want to ride a horse.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's awesome. And even the conversations that you guys have, it's besides, you know, when you're out there riding or whatnot, there's conversations and relationships built beyond just horse too. So it's really cool.
I wish I would have studied like psychology,
therapy,
in college, because I feel like that's half my job. I mean, and riding is 90% sometimes between the ears. Like you have to have confidence to do it well, and or be able to like shut off your brain and just let the feelings happen and do the things. So not only do I have to teach the people how to ride and control their horse and have good position and do all the skills, but I also have to help them like what goes on between their ears, because that's the hardest part, and everybody's different. And like what helps them, like, do I have to get meaner, stricter with one person, or do I need to hold their hands a little bit more? And so then for me, like I always say like, oh, I have to find the, you know, the Aaron file or the Emma file or whatever. And like in my brain be like, all right, well, this works for her. Like I'm saying the same thing to this client that I'm saying to this one, but I have to do it in different words for her. So like I have all of our clients like in my brain, like I'm just like, all right, these are the words I have to say for her to make it click. So,
which makes total sense.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot
because everybody has different learning styles as well. Like I learn by doing. So like tell me to do something and I'm going to figure it out and try. Some people learn by like having me get on their horse and watching me do it or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, it's hard because you have so many people and personalities to deal with, and also horses and.
Or even just listening. That's probably like the number one thing. Like when I'm still learning to be a good listener. Like we're not all great listeners, or like maybe not we're great listeners, but we're not good processors.
Yes.
I know we had a where you were teaching me some things when Emma and Jessica were trying to get me to ride Buka a lot. And I was listening and I'm trying to, but there's so many moving parts to riding a horse. Like you can't even we can go down there, but there's so many little things of riding a horse. And I'm just focused on like balancing and staying up on the thing. And you're like, hey, you're doing really good. And I was trotting or whatever and moving this thing kind of good. But you're like, weight in your heels. Put your weight in your heels. And I'm like, she's going right over my head. I don't know what she's saying, but I didn't know to ask what you meant. Like I just didn't know the right words to be like, hey, I don't know what you mean. Like, you know, push down. Eventually you could see that I wasn't doing it. And I'm like, I think I'm doing what she's saying, but.
And then it's like, okay, I have to go about this a different way. Like, how am I going to tell him to get weight in his leg where he's stable? And
push down with your legs, which like, is so basic now that I think about it. And then we sat there and had the conversation. I'm like, I didn't know what you meant. You know, but it's just even realizing that you don't know what you're saying to listen. And
I think that's kind of the fun thing with like having the private lessons now is I can have that conversation. Like somebody can stop and be like, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'll be like, all right, let me think. And then I have to like come up with a different way to say it, or come up with a different technique to kind of get the same thing. So there's a lot of, like, you're right, there's a lot of moving parts to teaching a lesson, and it can be really hard. It's like mentally exhausting
I
at the
can
end of the
imagine.
day.
Well, because you're looking at so many things while the person's riding the horse. You're looking at the way the horse is moving. You're looking at what the rider's doing. There are so many different body languages.
Yep.
And you're processing that. You're taking in the information, and then you're trying to give out input to teach them or show them what to do differently.
Right.
And it could be, another factor is the horse could be feeling bad that day.
Yeah.
Or he might have a cold, or he might be wheezing or
Right.
something. And you're looking at that and you're like, oh, well, you know, Teddy's just not his self today.
Yeah.
It's not anything you're doing or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And that you're going to have, or horses are going to have those days too. You know, like they're athletes as well. Like they're living beings that may be sore because yesterday we worked on, you know, collection. All right. And so today they're like, I can't do that today. So I have to also think about what each horse's program is and what the goal of the rider is. So it's like, all right, well, on those days, I know I'm not going to get much out of the horse. I'll work more on the rider. And like in the days that the rider, I can tell, is not feeling it, like sometimes it's just like they just need to be on a horse and like talk to me and like have that adult conversation sometime. And that's their lesson. And, you know, we do a little work and then they just like want to talk to me, which, you know, it's great. Like sometimes like people need that. Horses are therapy for most of us.
Yeah.
And it's, I think unless you're like a horse person, like you don't really get it. So,
Well, I can see it just from being in the gym.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Working with
yeah,
Greta.
it's the same thing. Yeah.
Some days I'm cooked and I'm just having, you know, I'm working hard or whatever, but sometimes it is about the conversations or, you know, getting that out there, like the mental aspect of it too.
Yeah.
You know, it is therapy in a way.
It absolutely is. And it's, I don't know. It's fun for me to see people have these like roadblocks. Like, okay, not fun to see them have a roadblock, but it's fun to see the riders work through it, and meet their goal. And, you know, like, you know, I had one rider that wants to jump 1.15 m, like, and she has been working at this for so long, and she finally did it this year, and she was like champion of the meters and came second in her first 1.15 m class. And like, to me, like, she was so proud of that, and like I'm so proud of helping her get that way. So like, I mean, it's really cool. And like, we have another rider that's on the national leaderboard right now.
Wow.
Yeah, she's third. She has one more show, so maybe she'll move up a little more. But so it's cool to see, like, you know, we don't really care about, like, I don't really care about the big awards. I just want to do a good job for my clients and help them reach their goals. And then like all these bonus, like being on the leaderboard or champion of the year or whatever, like those are just added extra things that are just like, yeah, like, okay, this program is working. And it has evolved throughout the years. And
yeah, it shows too with all the effort you put in. I
Yeah.
mean, you're out there all the time and you're trucking these things all over the place.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You're not
Yeah.
only an awesome trainer, but then you get to transport these things. That's
Yeah.
a whole nother subject. But it is awesome
I
to
love
see.
driving that rig.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. I was going to ask you that in a little bit.
Yeah.
What it's like to pull a giant horse trailer. And like, well, one of the things that I think about, we talked to Mary about it. It's like, you can be really good at one thing, but then you have to do other things that you're maybe not so good at that are included in the, it's like package deal.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very evident with how much you put in out there. And watching the kids evolve, and I'm just an outsider looking in. Every now and then I'll look out the window and I'm waiting for something to bake or something, and I'm watching them and I'm like, oh dang, you know, it looks a little bit different than last week or whatever. I'm just outsider looking in, but I just always see them, and I know from Emma, she's constantly evolving, you know, and pushing the limits even further. And
Man, she's come a long way. Yeah, and you know, like, I still have my own personal riding goals. Like,
Right.
I still want to ride at the top. And, you know, a few years ago, I got Harvey and had wonderful people step in and help me get this horse. And without that, I don't think I would have improved in my teaching as much as I have over the last couple of years.
Yeah, we'll break that down because I don't know a whole bunch about it. I know it was imported from somewhere.
Yeah,
so
he's from Holland.
Yeah. That was another thing I was going to ask you. It's
Yeah.
like, starting where you were, and the next thing you know, years later, you're importing a horse.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's all that like too? But
Wild, right? So like,
how do you know how the process starts?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you learned.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I had my old thoroughbred Mikey, and
He's still around.
He's still around. He's
a
still
champ.
Oh wow, he's wild.
How old is he now?
He is 23. Wow. I know.
That's
He's still
crazy.
out there kicking.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah. And he came from Indiana.
Yeah. I brought him out here too. We're a bunch of transplants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I had him, and, I've always had these big goals, and like, I'm like, well, I'm going to do as much as I can with this horse as possible. So, he started getting older and tapping out on like the height that he can jump. And one of my coaches is like, we got to find you something that can do it and do a little bit more. And I was like, well, yeah, but like, I don't have the money. Like, I can't buy a nice horse. I just don't have it. And so at the time we still had the lesson program, and there was the Myers, the Betsy and Lauren, they started riding here, and they were actually riding with Molly, and they wanted to find a horse to buy. And so I got involved with that and was like, okay, we'll help them find like a beginner safe horse that they can learn on and things like that. So we found one, and we were driving up to Pennsylvania, and I'm just telling her about like my story and how I want to ride at the top. And, it's really hard because it's hard to find the right horse. And I get home that night, and I get a text message from her thanking me for helping them find this horse. And they're like, my husband and I would want to buy you a horse. And I was like, what? I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? And so, yeah, so they're like, yes, we would love to help you. And I was like, wow, right. Like,
that opportunity doesn't
I was like,
present
pinch me.
itself
I was
day.
like, what is this? And so, and I was telling her that like my coach, he imports horses, and they're like, yeah, sure. We'll help you with that.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And so they were like, we want you to, have your dream, like, let's help you. And
Wow.
just amazing, right? Like, amazing people. And without that first step, like, I think I would be where I'm at, and I think I would have still grown and
Something
stuff.
else would have happened. Another opportunity
Exactly.
would have presented itself.
And it always does,
It
right?
does.
The universe gives you the things. And I think that really kickstarted it. And so then I told my coach, I was like, all right, somebody is going to help me. And so he found one and sent me a video, and he was like, this is the one. So I was like, okay.
Wow.
I literally bought him off a video. I didn't,
Really?
yeah, I never sat on him, anything. And so then, Tim took care of it for me. Like, he got the vet check and the flight, everything booked. And so it actually was just a few weeks ago, 9 years ago, that
Really?
Harvey flew over. I just saw on my Facebook memories. It was like Pony Fly Day.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wow, so much has changed in 9 years. Mm-hmm. So, and he flew into JFK, and then he was transported to a like quarantine facility like an hour away from there outside the city, and I got to go drive up there and pick him up out of the quarantine, and that was the coolest thing ever.
Is that like New York or something?
Yeah, it was like middle of New York.
I remember when you were going up there to get it, Jessica's all excited. She's like, yeah, Mallory's going to New York. And I'm like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Like, to take that truck and trailer.
I was like,
I guess New York's such a big state where it's like probably
it was not in the
country,
city. Yeah, it was. It was straight up 95.
I get it. I just was like thinking about it, like, unless if it was something that I was like dedicated to, I'd be like, heck yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. I'm into the earth for it, which you would do.
Absolutely.
Just the thought of doing it, I'm like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. So you picked him up from the
I picked him
quarantine.
up, and then I took him to Tim's because I was like overwhelmed. I was like, ride him. Like, I don't know what to do. So Tim rode him for me for a week, and I was like, come get this horse. Like, he's amazing. So I went and rode him, and I was just like pinched me. Like, this is amazing. I can't believe this is happening. And so then just like from there, I started, it wasn't easy at first. Like, he had been sat on and jumped and done some things, but never shown. Like, I took him to, South Carolina to Aiken, that winter. So I'd only had him a few months, and we had a great time down there. Although he wouldn't go in the water. And I was like, great. Like, I have an event horse that I want to run around the top levels, and he won't go in the water. So we worked through that, and all summer I got eliminated at so many water jumps because he would not go in them. So, I mean, I was driving to every water jump in this area and just putting his feet in it. Like, I think I went at least once a week somewhere different, all over, like hours of driving. And finally he got over it, like just through sheer work. And we went and did the 5-year-old championships, and we were like top 10, I think, after dressage. And we were top 20 after jumping. And, a little bit of my inexperience showed in the jumping.
Learning together.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of this was. And we just kept moving up the levels. Like, he took me to my first international event, and almost got all the way to the top. And then he has asthma now, so like he's not ever going to be able to run at the top level, which really sucks. But
so is that something that just evolved over time, or he had it the whole time?
No, it just evolved over time. And I don't know if it like started out as allergies, and then it just kind of like progressed, like his immune system just kind of went downhill. So
There's no fixing it.
I mean, he like nebulizes his own stem cells, and I can keep it quiet, but I haven't been able to ride him all summer. Like, I rode him this spring, and we competed, and it was fun, which was great for me to get back into showing after all my injuries, which I'm sure we'll talk about here soon.
Heck yeah, that's another question.
Yeah. And then, like we're going to try something new. I just was talking to the vets about like shock waving his lungs and seeing if we can help it heal from the inside. So I don't know. Wow. I'm going to give it, there's like a study, and they're like giving participants discounts to do that. So I'm going to try it. Like,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Might as well. He's such a nice horse, and like he could have gotten me to the top. I know it for a fact, but, and with any other rider, he would have gone there easily. But because we were learning together, that is just, we just never got to the top level, which is fine. Like, I needed to learn. I needed to learn to do the bigger jumps. I needed to learn how to then be competitive at the bigger jumps, which we were just starting to really get competitive. And I got my first international ribbon, and, right before all of his asthma and my injuries and all the things happened. But
not only are you out there yourself traveling and competing and doing all that stuff, but then you're taking that information and the things that you're learning, and you're able to turn that back into information to give to other riders. Which is just a quick thing I wanted to say, is like you're always evolving yourself to continue to give them the best of what you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Like, and I think that's so important with this industry is instructors have to keep, learning themselves, because every rider's different. Every horse is different. We have I have riders that do just dressage or just show jumping or eventing, and I have to be able to help them in every one of their sports.
Right.
And I, before this last couple of years, like, I took a lot of lessons. I traveled a lot. I watched as many lessons as I could, and I, listened to riders all the time. When I go to shows, I'm watching the warm up. Like, I'm not watching what they're doing in the show ring as much as I am like, how are they preparing to do the stuff in the show ring? Like, to me, that's my education. So I take all the free education that I can get.
Right.
Like, when the 5 stars are happening, I sit on my couch and I watch every single ride that I possibly can, because it's free education. Like, I don't know why people don't, like, watch. Like,
Side track on that, Jessica was showing me this ride of this girl from the United States that rode there, and I even told Jessica, I said, why didn't we go? And then because it's not that far.
No, it's not.
But then I said it's really nice to be able to watch it from afar, like from the TV, because you get to see the whole ride.
Yes.
If you're there, you only see them come around the turn and jump the jump, and that's it, which is cool too. I'm sure it's amazing to be there. I'm sure there are probably screens and stuff there, but to watch them, I mean, that's like a 14-minute rip on that cross country thing that I was watching.
Yeah.
Like, horse can go that long, but and the rider.
That's what I want to do.
That's insane. If you haven't seen it, if for people listening, go look up the Maryland 5 stars and watch some of that. That is some of the most amazing stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that you evolve yourself to be able to continue to be at the top, to be able to teach at the top.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like, and I don't care if my students like want to go and do that. Like that's only 1% of us crazy ones that want to go ride at that level. Which is fine. But like, I'm going to put the same effort into somebody that just wants to ride at the farm as I am as somebody that wants to go to do it, compete at whatever level. Like one of my riders is going to do their first international next year, hopefully. Like, and so it's pretty exciting to help her on that journey.
Wow. Does that mean that she actually travels?
So, no, it'll be here in Maryland, but it will be a internationally recognized show versus just like the national recognized shows that we go to most of the time.
Okay.
So that's how you get to go to the 5-star.
Okay.
The 5-star is a international.
So there's levels to this stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm all the time like, and a few years ago when I was getting ready to run the 3-star at the Maryland 5-star, they have a 3-star division. I went and watched that show, or watched it, walked around the cross country and watched all the combinations and how the riders rode it, so that the next year when I go, I was going to be prepared. And then that was the year that I got hurt, but whatever. So it didn't work out. But like sometimes it's nice to watch it all on TV because they live stream it now, but also being there and like watching how the riders are coming down the hill and prepping. And those are some things that you do miss on the TV. Like you see all the jumps, but you don't see how they're galloping to it and prepping for it and getting away from it. So
there's both sides of the fence there. It's good to see the whole ride, but you're not seeing the intimate details. Being there.
And I love going to the warm up. And like, how are they warming up for the cross country? Like, what are they doing? Like, how many jumps are they taking? And, like watching them in dressage, like how much do they make the horse stretch down versus do the lateral work and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I love to educate myself on these kind of things, because then I can take it to my students and help them be the best they can at whatever. Whether they're riding here or wanting to go do an international, I don't care.
Yeah.
So
I think it's awesome that like and everyone probably does it, where like they're interested in, say, golfing, and they're watching a guy golf and his swing and his leg movements and all that stuff. When like the normal person like me, I'm looking at a horse, I'm like, oh cool, they're out there riding. But you're breaking it down and dissecting everything they're doing.
Yes.
As and you're just taking that information. We all do it.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to see. There's just so many things that you're looking at, I guess, is what blows my mind. Is like, not only you're looking at what the horse is doing, but you're looking at what the rider's doing, and the things that you can't see. Yeah. Like the person, it, but you can't see it. But like you can tell that she's probably squeezing harder.
Oh yeah.
Or like whatever it is.
Clenching their toes. That's my favorite one. I was like, are you trying to grip the stirrups with your toes? And they're always like, how do you know? I'm like, I just know. Because of the way the way that they're holding their leg. And then as soon as they relax their toes, like everything gets better. And I just love that one. But
if you're not you don't know they're doing it.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah. Or somebody to your level. I'm sure there's people out there that can do it. But it just, that's what the undercover stuff that like, I'm appreciative there's people out there like you that can do that.
Yeah.
Because if not, the person doing it can't get any better.
No. No, yeah, I know. And I think I wasn't always like the most natural rider. So I've had to work really hard at it, and I've had to break it down for myself to understand like, oh, this is what I need to do in order for this to happen. So I think that's what helps me teach, is because I've already broken it down for myself, or I've listened to somebody else break it down for somebody else that I was like, oh, that's a really good tip. Like I can say that, and that's going to get the same thing accomplished as pushing your heels down or whatever it may be. Like, put your weight in your toes. Yeah. Like all of a sudden your heels are down. It's like, yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I had a really good instructor before I moved out here, Kim Walness. She actually came out here. I don't know if you remember her.
I've heard her name and probably seen her. But...
Yeah, she was on the equestrian team in the 80s, and she's really good with like biomechanics. And so she taught me so much about how to help a rider in their position and help the horse be the best they can, and how to break it down. Like she has a whole system, and it's awesome. She actually is the reason I do this for a living, because she told me to do it. Really? She was like, you need to take the chance on yourself and go do it. So
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thank her all the time. I mean, I don't talk to her as much as I used to, but like, yeah, she's the reason I do this for a living.
Shout out to Kim
Yeah.
Wellness.
Yeah. Kim, thank you.
Did you know her back in Indiana?
Yes. So
Okay.
Jamie actually took a clinic with her back in Indiana one year and then kept bringing her in. And we went and did a clinic with her up north Indiana. And so, yeah, I rode with her quite a lot.
Okay.
And I rode with her out here a few times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So she has seen you evolve as a rider too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. It's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking the other day about horse breeds and their abilities. And like it's like the three-legged stool. Like where they can't be a super jumper and have an awesome personality. Right. So, it's like you got to have give and take on that.
Yep.
So that's amazing to me. I didn't even know that until the other day you were talking about it just randomly.
Right.
And so explain that to me and to the listeners. Like say in your example of Mikey was probably I don't even know. Just
he's a thoroughbred.
Okay.
So he was bred to run.
Okay.
And he was a good jumper, but he didn't have the power to jump the big stuff. And he's really quirky, so not everybody can ride him. So like he wouldn't be good for a beginner to learn how to ride. And I was always really careful about like who could ride him. Like when I was done with him, like actually Mary James leased him for years.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because she was like quirky enough to ride him.
Okay.
So they got along well. So like a horse like Buka has a great personality for like an amateur or an adult or a kid
Or a dummy. Like me.
that like doesn't know as much, and he's just going to be like, okay, I'll do it for you. Like he'll just go off and do things, but he's not going to take Emma to training level or higher. He's not going to do the bigger jumps just because he's physically cannot.
Okay. So he's got the personality, just not the athletic ability.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
But he's great for what he is.
Yeah.
He's a great lower level horse, and which is like 90% of people need that.
And you need that to like learn the mechanics of
Absolutely.
the basics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so many people want to jump ahead and get the nice fancy horse when they've missed out on so many good horses that can teach them so much that are a little easier to ride, maybe.
Well, I noticed that too, where I was always super nervous about it because I was like, I don't want to shortcut this, because there's lots of little things that you learn when they're in the grooming process and that teach you the things the situations that you might encounter on something like a high horse. I look at it like something with, you can't just go out and drive it like a 10-second car or a 6-second race car, whatever.
No.
You got to kind of like train yourself to get to that level.
Right.
I guess is what I was trying to say. So that was always my fear with riding Buka was, now I know.
Are you skipping? Yeah.
Now I know he's point and shoot.
Can ride him.
But,
He's the best.
Yeah,
Everybody needs a Buka.
Yeah. But the other horses that can jump, that they might have a little bit more.
Yeah, like you couldn't get on Harvey and like walk straight, because he's very sensitive. And in fact, when I ruptured my Achilles, I was having a couple girls ride Harvey for me, the upper level one, and they'd be like, "Why can't I walk straight?" And I was like, "Well, you're not sitting straight." And he was that sensitive to them sitting off to one side, and he would just start turning. And and they're good riders. Like, they've ridden in this program forever, but a horse like him that's very sensitive, like if you're not straight, he's not going to go straight.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool. They learned that too.
Yeah. So then they got really a good education off of my horse that summer about sitting straight.
Wow.
So I don't know. To me, I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I trained good.
Yeah.
My horse goes straight.
Why can't they just genetically engineer a horse that can do everything?
Well, let's figure that out, and
What
then let's figure that out and get me to the
We have
5-star,
dire
please.
wolves, okay? It's 2025.
know.
Why can't somebody make a horse that does everything?
Yeah. Good
Runs,
question.
jumps,
They are cloning them now.
has a good manners.
Yeah. I just saw that somebody, I can't remember who it was, just has a foal that was cloned of a 5-star horse, and I was like,
Really?
yeah, okay.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah. What I don't think about is, well, I do now that I've been on one, but like the average person's probably not thinking about you're riding an animal
Yes.
that has its own personality. That, to me, will never not blow my mind.
Right.
Like, you're not driving something that you're just giving it throttle. And you're in complete control of it the whole time. You're hoping to steer this thing, and you're hoping it jumps, and but he's got a mind of his own, and he might reject that jump, and you might be getting thrown off.
Absolutely.
That's the part that I don't, me personally, I've never understood that until I got on one.
They're not machines, right? You can't just like go like this with your reins and like they walk forward. Like
you're riding an animal that has its own personality, its own brain, its own functioning system.
Which is also like what we have to balance all the time. Like, and every stride can be different. Like one stride, oh, I went straight, and the next stride the horse went left. It's like, what did I just do? So you have to like all the time be riding. It's not I always say it's not like a crock pot. You don't just like set it and forget it. Like you have to keep riding all the time.
And you're self-diagnosing and critiquing yourself the whole time, wondering what you did differently to make him do this day.
It's 90% us.
Yeah.
That like, oh, like if my horse is going sideways, why? Like, why is it going that way? Yeah. And so that's what like makes my job hard, because there's so many things at any one given moment that I can fix on a rider. But then if I start picking at every little thing, the rider's going to tense up and the horse won't go anywhere. So I have to like balance that, like, all right, like we need to practice this canter transition. And I know they're falling off to the right, but if I like keep fixing, like, and the horse is looking to the left. So like I have to balance, like, what's the most important? Do I need to make the rider sit up, or do I need to make the horse straight? Or do I need to make them like put their left leg on or the right leg on? And sometimes for me, it's trial and error. Be like, all right, well, like, they're sitting so crooked that I need to make them sit up straight first. And then I can ask them to do the canter transition.
Gotcha.
So like I'm all the time like, and to me, sometimes it's trial and error for me as well. And what gets through to the rider. But I think because I've been teaching for so long, I know what things I can let go of and not pick on the rider, because if I pick on the rider too much, they're going to shut down and they're not going to get anything out of it. And they're going to get frustrated and things just go downhill. So like I work on like one thing in their position pretty much at a time, so that they're not trying to like keep their weight in their feet and also like keep their elbows in and keep their shoulders back and keep their eyes up and keep their, their chest open and their rib cage up. Like if I keep saying all those things, like they're just going to stiffen up and then the horse doesn't move. So I have to all the time be balancing what's the most important and then what can I fix later once this is fixed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like it's all the time.
It's a delicate balance.
Yeah, and then at the same time, like I have to fix the rider, but I also have to help them ride the horse, so that they can go do their dressage test next weekend. So I can't, and I have to also manage it. So like I know we have a show next week, so I can't start fixing. Oh, the horse needs to look more to the right when it's going right, like because it wants to kind of look to the left. If I start changing that now, next weekend it's not going to go well, because they're going to be thinking about that too much that they're going to lose everything else. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
all while I mean, they come out and do their own thing too. And they work on all those things that you teach them, but all within, a set time amount. That's even harder.
Yeah. Right.
Under the gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
that is
crazy.
a little like, it's like, oh.
So many things.
Yeah. And like in an eventing, like we have to not only do dressage, but they have to show jump and they have to cross country. So I have to be able to make sure that they are going to be capable in all three phases, because I can't talk to them when they're in the ring. Like I can help warm them up. I can give them that vote of confidence before they leave, but I can't help them when they're in there. And so I have to teach my riders to be kind of self-sufficient, so that they don't need me telling them every stride to do something. So I don't know. I don't want to ride for them.
Right.
I like when I go to a show, it's not a lesson. It's a, hey, remember my voice? Like you're fine. See this jump? You can jump this straight. Like it's more a coaching role versus an instructor role.
Makes sense.
So it's like I have to wear a lot of different hats all the time.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Further complicates.
Yeah. Yeah. And also make sure that the riders are peaking at the right time. And like if we're working towards a championship, like, oh, what schedule do we need to get there? I don't know.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun.
One of the two things I want to say. Do you guys, is there certain things you can do off the horse that help? Like, is there training drills and things? Because I never see anybody doing that. It's like, it's mostly on the horse.
Yeah. Most of it is like on the horse. I mean, just off the horse, you know, your own fitness helps, and like getting into that and getting stronger and flexible. And then horse care in general, like just being able to be with your horse and understand like what their legs feel like, and, you know, learning how to take care of their legs and take care of their body, and all that stuff. Like it all comes together.
Okay.
So.
And spending time with them, do you think kind of helps the bond between them trusting you?
Yes. Trust is a big thing. Like I trust Harvey with my life when I go out of that box. Like I always tell him when they're counting me down, I said, take care of me, I take care of you. And I pat him, then we leave the box. I say that every time because I mean, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Right? Horses are dangerous,
Yeah.
like no matter what you do with them. So I have to trust my animal. I'm not somebody that can catch ride a horse, like just like, oh yeah, bring your horse over, I'll ride it. Like I don't like to do that. I like to have a bond with a horse or know how a horse goes before I ride the animal. So yeah, I spend a lot of time with my horses.
What
like,
shows I see you out there all the time.
Oh, they love me.
Yeah.
They see me in the barn.
Yeah, it has to go hand in hand because if you just showed up and rode the thing and you rode its guts out all the time and then you put it away wet, like, you know, you would do your motorcycle, it's like, is it really going to trust you? Is it going to take care of you? I doubt it.
No, like you have to appreciate them. Yeah. And you have to appreciate what they do for you in order to get the most out of them.
Yeah, you're running their lungs to death.
Absolutely.
You know? So like they're giving you their physical performance for you, which is underappreciated. No, I'm sure that the riders appreciate them, but like as an outsider looking in, the horse is out there running around. I'm not thinking about its lungs capacity and its muscles being tired. It's just not something I think about. Now I do, but the average person, I didn't.
They don't realize that I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and drive 2 hours to gallop up a hill twice and then drive home 2 hours.
Right, and the horse stood there the whole time in the trailer.
Yeah.
And, you know, doing 55 miles an hour and getting turned and changing lanes and stopping. Like, the horse is back there riding along.
No, they just go on wherever we go.
People pulling in front of you and stopping. Yeah.
It's good times.
But stuff. What I wanted to say was, back to your, it's easy. Well, it's not easy, but like it's not easy to teach everyone.
No.
Like it takes a certain person to be able to teach things to somebody. My personality is like, oh, well, just go weld it. You know, if it's blue and there's sparks, you're doing it. You know, I'm not like unless somebody doesn't know how to even turn a machine on.
Right.
But there's something to being able to teach what you're trying to teach.
Yeah.
You know, like driving a manual transmission. It's hard to teach that.
Oh yeah. My stepbrother kicked me out of his car when he tried to teach me one time. He was like, "No."
That's the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like you think
I never learned.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he literally kicked me out of his car.
It's rough because something has to sacrifice. The car is probably one of them. You know, I don't know. It's just, I will say, for me, recently I was doing that, and I'm like, yeah, just let go of the clutch real easy and kind of feel it, kind of grab, and then when you feel it start to grab, you just kind of let go of the clutch all the way, and then give a little bit of gas. But then it took me it was terrible. The experience was terrible. This is recently. The person's getting it. They're getting it slowly, and eventually we kind of got it. But then I critiqued myself later on. I drove my little Jeep, and I'm like, oh, I just think about it because I drive it all the time.
Yep.
I don't think about it in a way of teaching it, right?
Yeah.
So what I realized was I let go of the clutch, and then I let it out to where it starts to grab, and then instead of letting it all the way out and fully going, I watched my foot, and I'm letting it out, and it grabs, and then I just slowly continue to let it out. It's weird, but until I realized what I actually was doing. You think you're just letting it, whatever example, but it's hard to teach somebody.
Yes. A feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of a joke among riders when the instructor's like, "Do you feel that?" They don't feel that. Like you don't feel it until you know you feel it, and that is the same as teaching a clutch. Oh, that's the moment. It's like same with horses. Like when the horse lets go, that's the moment. It's like. You don't feel it till you feel it. Yeah,
but you can also be a really good rider. I guess that's what I was trying to say. Was you can be a really good rider, but not be able to teach.
Oh, that happens a lot.
That's what the point I was trying to make was.
Yes.
It takes a special person to be able to be a good rider, process all the information,
Yep.
take it all in, learn all the stuff, and then be able to regurgitate that back out to make better writers. That's a special person.
Yeah, the best writers in the world usually aren't the greatest of teachers because they don't understand what they're doing. Sometimes, like they don't have to break it down because
Right.
they're just like, oh yeah, just like go that way. Like, whereas me, like I've worked really hard. I'm like not always the most talented writer, but I work really hard at it, and I've learned how to like break it down. And I think that's what helps me teach.
Right.
Is that I can break it down for myself, and I do everything. Like when I'm trying to figure something out, whether it's like, you know, leg yield or shoulder in or whatever, I will do it. And I'll be like, oh yeah, if I do this, the shoulder in happens so easily. And then I can take that information and help a student find their way to do the same thing. So yeah, teaching is not,
It's not for everyone.
no, it's not. And I find a lot of joy in it. I really like to teach. I like to see everybody progress. And if we don't work through a problem or something that day, like I think about it and it bugs me. Like I will go home and be like, man, I did not give him a good lesson. Or I'll like text him later and be like, oh, we're going to try this. Like, and it just, I don't know. Like I just can't stand not that I don't care if we don't fix a problem, but like, if we don't fix it, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, how am I going to make it better next time?
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I think about it and I find the solution in my head, and I think about it long enough, and I'm like, oh, that's what it was
Exactly.
the whole time.
Yeah. And like, you know, I change what's in the ring every week because somebody will have a trouble with one thing, and I'll be like, oh, this is what they need. So I'm going to set that up for that person next week. But then everybody's going to do it. I don't care what level you are. We're going to all try this exercise that was set up for one person, but now everybody gets to try and do it.
Diversity.
So, yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
we
and
all
they're
need
exposed to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that I don't think about. Is like you're out there with a tape measure, and you're walking it, and not always with a tape measure, but a lot of times you're out there setting up the course, and you have to make sure that you know different jump courses and structures, and that's awesome based on people's abilities.
Exactly. I love course design, and I think that is going to be my like after writing career. Like I want to get into course design because I study it. Like I love going to shows and be like, oh, this is the reason why they put this jump here, and like see how this jump, like I rode a course a couple years ago and I was like, oh, we had a little drop and then a big drop and then we had this huge drop, and I was like, oh, the course just set you up for that. Like how easy. If your horse just keeps attacking, how easy is it? So like to me, like I love it. Like and so it's really fun for me to do that. And over the summer, I set up a course because we were going to go show jumping, and I set up this course, and we get to the show, and it is literally the same course.
Really?
Yeah. And everybody's like, we just jumped this week, and I was like, I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
you had all the practice.
Exactly. Like you practiced it already, so go do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just funny, but I mean, it's pretty not simple, but like, you know, you're gonna have a bending line or a rollback or whatever.
Yeah, but not everyone can do it.
No,
you know?
no,
That's
not
what's
at all.
cool. And then I don't know if you have a book or something that kind of helps you, but like you're out there on the fly,
Sometimes.
you know. Yeah, right. Or you're just like, hey, I want to try this.
Yeah.
This looks really cool. Like, you know, I guess it all depends on like what you're doing. If you're like building a motocross track, you're like, oh, cool, I want this here
Yeah.
and this here. So
Yeah.
I guess it's probably to the right person, it's probably basic. But to me, it's cool
Yeah.
to see, you know, you're out there exercising your brain, thinking this through, and you're thinking about the horse's steps.
Yeah.
And the
in
distance in
yeah.
between because it's so
It makes
critical.
a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how critical it'd be. You know.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I'll see something online or like a course that we did over the weekend at a show, and I'll be like, oh, I like want to set this up, and then I'll be out there and setting it up, and then it'll just like evolve into something completely different because I was like, my mind just starts going. I'll be like, oh, this is fun. Like, and so I'll like make a different line, and like I have like a framework of an idea, like this is what I want to do, and then it becomes something totally different. Like I always tell the kids are like, what do you want set up? And I was like, I don't know. The arena has to speak to me sometimes. Like it just, or like I literally have like dreamed about courses before. Yeah, I'll wake up and be like, this is what we're doing this week.
Heck
So,
yeah.
yeah.
You jot those down?
I do. I have a notebook of courses and stuff
Nice.
that like just are things I want to do. And so if I get stuck on something, because you know over time you do.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, let's go back to this exercise.
Yeah.
So I have a few that I come back a lot.
That's
to.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes just getting started, like you don't have a plan at all.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, I moved this here. And next thing you know, you're doing this. And then it just,
Yeah.
you slowly put it together. It's like, it just comes out
Yeah.
somehow. So
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my goal for next year is to try to meet up with some course designer in the area and just like, like go around with them while they're setting and just pick their brain or just watch what they do and just learn and start. Like, I'm not ready to start like the certification process, but I like want to start like getting my foot in the door and like learning about it and
start laying the foundation.
Exactly. Yeah.
How about the jumps, like building them? I'm not saying that you would do that, but like that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Course builders are a thing. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I
I'm
know.
like, where are these guys at? How do they stay busy all year long? It's amazing to me.
There's courses all over the world.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
How about that one? The like it looked like a bush at the 5-star. They jumped at the angle. It was like a green cutout for the
where
horse.
they kind of went like that.
But it was like this giant bush with the horse.
Oh, the owl hole. Yes,
Yeah.
in the arena. Yeah.
Incredible.
Wild.
Like the horse jumps through, so it's like a square bush almost is what it looks like, and it's got a circular cutout at the distance, and it's on the corner of the jump too. So, and the horse will like come around the like a corner and then jump through that hole on the side of the jump. Incredible.
I hated doing those with Harvey. He would duck.
Yeah,
For a horse that always like jumps so big, he would get so low over those. Like, oh, I hated riding
So
those
you
with
jumped
him.
those?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
I've
first time.
I've not done one that small,
Okay.
but I have done them a few times. I hate riding them on Harvey because he just would get so small.
I've never even seen them.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at it, and I'm like looking at all these other jumps, and I'm like, dang, some guy or lady is out there building that stuff. You know, that's
Oh, they're out there all the time, like
incredible.
Yeah, and like the dog jump or the roller coaster. Did you see that one? Where it was another one they jumped through, and there was like a roller coaster like on the top. I'll have to show you a picture. It's awesome.
Yeah, I must have known.
Yeah,
not missed.
I know you should come. We should go to the 5-star sometime so that you can see these jumps up close because they're massive.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then, I've built a couple here, like the
Yeah.
Oxers and stuff, but like, it'd be kind of cool to introduce more because it's kind of basic stuff. If
Yeah.
you can run a saw in a drill,
Yeah,
usually you
absolutely.
can build stuff.
I
Minus the fancy
always
paint.
think it would be fun to build that stuff too, but like, I love power tools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to build anything, let's do it.
All right.
I love building.
Well, we have the ability
Yeah.
to do pretty much whatever.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I remember building those little kid jumps with Emma. And we were 3D printing the little cups
That's awesome.
to
Yep.
the PVC would sit in. So, yeah, I love that stuff. So,
Yeah.
that's just what my brain thinks about. And I look at all of it, and I'm like, man, it's so many things that make up one hobby / business / industry, you know?
Yeah, there's so many like little intricate pieces to it. Like you don't even think about the course builders, like you think about the designers, but then you have to have somebody that takes the designer's vision and put it into reality. And like the crab jump,
Yeah.
those are cool. I love that one too. Like I don't know, and at those big events you're gonna get those fun things. I haven't jumped like anything crazy like that, but I've jumped some crazy things.
I bet.
Like that I'm just there was one a couple years ago that this huge table and I wouldn't walk up close to it because it was so big. And I was like, I'm just gonna go around it. I know where I'm going. It's just a table in the middle of the field.
Like a legitimate table?
Yeah, I mean just like a big
Like this?
Yeah, like this. I mean it was solid and like slopey on the front, but it was, massive.
Okay.
Like and wide and
Was there a lead up to it? Or was it just out there?
it was just out there in the middle of the field, like in between these combinations. And there's just a few fences that I just don't like to walk up to, and that a big table. Sometimes I just will get a little close to them. At one of the shows I did at Morven, I was walking around with Katie, our friend Katie Ediger, and she likes to come to shows with me, and she likes to take pictures of me standing behind the jumps with all the brush, and like you can't see me, or like you'll see my hat or
Yeah.
something, and I love sending those pictures to my mom.
Because you're like, we're jumping
Yeah,
this.
look what I jumped.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are like, the brush. They can make those a lot bigger, and because the horse can brush through it, or it's on the back side of the jump, so it looks a lot bigger than it is. Like the ground is lower behind,
Oh, yeah.
so it looks a lot bigger than it really is. But I love standing behind them.
Yeah, well, it definitely gives it
Yeah.
The high, the context, I guess is what I'm trying to, yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture, Sammy, she's like 5 foot nothing. I love standing her next to jumps. And like there's a drop at Lockmoy that I did and it's over top of her head. And I was like, I did this.
That's
Again,
awesome.
I love sending those pictures to my mom because I was always so nervous.
I'm sure.
But only after I jump them because,
Yeah, as a parent watching your kid ride, it's a little bit different than what, I don't know. It's just,
I mean, I get more nervous for the kids to go out of the box than I do sometimes because
you're just hoping that the horse does its job.
Yeah, I want them to do well.
Yeah.
I don't want them to I never want them to get hurt. Like they're always, I can always rest at night knowing that my riders are prepared when they leave the box. And you're still going to have sport days where you're going out there and something happens, like your horse stops but that's part of sport, right? Like you got to learn to go through the bad days to have the good days.
Yeah. You guys do a good job though of like preventative maintenance, like with the land safe clinics and
I'm a big believer
safety.
in that. Yep.
I've seen you guys run I'll be running the tractor or mower or some toy I have, and you guys will be out there making sure your horse can see it and, helping bomb proof the horses.
Oh yeah. We've got a lot to look at around here. So it's good for the horses. When we go to shows, you never know. Like there's tractors and people zipping around on our bikes and things like that. So,
yeah. So, tell me about your injuries. Was that on horses during rides?
Yeah. So let's see, 2 years ago or 23, whatever, I got married, 23. A month later, I was out here in the arena riding Harvey. And this is like when he was starting to get all of his like asthma symptoms were starting to get a little worse.
So at this point, you didn't know he had it?
I knew he had it, but like it was being managed, but it was starting to get a little worse. And so I was like, oh, well, we'll just see what happens. And so I literally was picking up the trot and no reason he spooked and jumped to the side. And I was like, I was in like half off and I was like, oh, I'm just going to jump off. Because I'm like half off, I'm not going to pull myself back over. Because I actually had gotten kicked in the knee the day before. And like the way he spun towards my kick. And I was like, oh, that kind of hurts. So I'm going to just jump off. So I just stepped off backwards. And I landed just on my right foot. And I was backwards. So I was like still falling backwards. But the second I landed, my Achilles snapped. Yeah. And...
Is that back here on your heel?
Yeah, back there. Which like... Growing up, like I always had this like fear that somebody was going to snip my Achilles. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Terrible. So it hurt, but I've sprained my ankle so many times. I was like, well, maybe this is the time I finally broke it. I thought I broke it. So I'm laying in the arena and Harvey's just still standing there looking over me. And I call one of the kids and I was like, bring the gator to the arena. And so they come out and I tried to get up, couldn't put any weight on my leg. I was like, yeah, I probably broke it. Finally, knew it was going to happen eventually. And so kids come get me. Matt comes home from work. So whenever I call him in the middle of the day, I hate talking on the phone. So like if I call him, he knows it's serious.
Oh, yeah.
So he picks it up and he comes right home and takes me to the urgent care. And then they x-ray it. It's not broken. And then they're like kind of like squeezing on my calf and they're like, I don't know, like it might be the Achilles, but it could just be a really sprained ankle. So they give me a walking boot and they're like, if it doesn't get better in a few days, like go get an MRI. And I was like, it's just a bad sprain.
Why wouldn't they give you an MRI there? Oh, okay.
I don't know. Well, they don't have the MRI there, but they would have to refer me to one. So they were like, if it doesn't get better, go get one. So I was like, okay. And I was like completely in denial. I knew it was the Achilles. I knew it. Like it's different than any sprained ankle I've ever had. So I'm like walking around and it starts to get better. I can put weight on it. I'm walking around the barn. I'm like trying to ride. I was like, I have a lesson in 2 weeks. So I'm riding without stirrups and I get on one day and I'm trying to post and I just can't. I can't there's no lift in my calf. Like there's nothing. And I go, Jess.
This is gnarly.
I was like, I think it might be the Achilles. And so then I talked to one of our students who's friends with the orthopedic. And she emails him, was like, hey, can you get my riding coach in? He takes me on his lunch hour the next day. He squeezes my calf. I'm in there for like 5 minutes. He squeezes my calf. He goes, this is the Achilles, right? I'm like, yes. I knew. I was just living in denial because I was walking. But like when I was walking, my heel wasn't coming off the ground. Oh. Yeah, it was wild. And so he was like, all right, go across the street, get an MRI, and then come right back. So like this all happened like within like 2 days. And then he calls me like 2 days later and he was like, all right, I'll see you on Friday for surgery. Like it was so fast. And I was like, this is amazing. Like I get right in, gonna get myself fixed. And so like Matt and I just got married. Mm-hmm. And so it's like,
do us part.
Do us part, right? Like, for better or worse, sickness and health, right? So we had just got married, and we were going to have another reception in Indy when we went home for the Indianapolis 500. Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing this. And then I probably, was in denial for 3 weeks. And then I had surgery the beginning of May. And I knew, I was like, I have to be out of my cast by the time I go home. Because 1, I have our wedding reception. And 2, I got to go to the 500. Like, I have to go. I can't miss that. And so I had surgery, and it was the worst pain I've ever been in my entire life. Ever. Like, Achilles is terrible. And they like make your toe like point down so it heals, and you don't get like any nerve block. Like I was like just laying in bed waiting for the next round of like pain meds because it would hurt so bad for 3 days. Like I was so bad, and I was in a hard cast, and so I couldn't put my leg down because then it would swell. Oh, it was awful. Like absolutely terrible.
I love horses.
Yeah, horses. Yeah, and I was just trotting. So I was like, it's just more annoying for me that like I wasn't nervous because the fall was stupid. Mm-hmm. Like I just was trotting and I jumped off.
Yeah. Do you think, is there some way that's like it gets weak over time, or like it was destined to happen?
It was, so I have sprained, especially my right ankle, probably 6 times over my life. So it was weak anyways. Like when I walk, like my ankles just roll. Like it's just normal for me. I've always had really weak ankles. And I've, been doing things to like doing things to strengthen. They've gotten a little better, but I think it's just genetics, really. Like my dad has the same thing. Oh, okay. So I heal from that. I get out of my cast and I'm in a walking boot. I go to my wedding reception on crutches, and like, I know, it was like, I go to the Indianapolis 500 in a wheelchair. Poor Matt. Like we park like a half a mile away from the track. And then from where the entrance is to where our seats are is another half a mile. He pushes me he's the best.
Yeah. Like, all the while you're still in pain though and dealing with it. So it's like it's hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. By this point, like the pain had kind of gone away, but like I had a hard time like putting my leg down for a long time because it would just swell. Like I would come out here and I could only teach like a lesson or two. Like I wanted to work, but after like a lesson, like even keeping my leg propped up, it would start to hurt. So I'd have to go lay back down. So that was really rough.
Yeah, or even getting up the stairs. You live up in a second-story apartment. So getting down to the lesson, or getting to the wherever you're going to go, it's got to be rough.
It's like using crutches to go down going down the back stairs was the easiest for me, and they would just pick me up on the gator and drive me. Like people are amazing here. Like we have the best Barton family that comes and was so supportive during this time. And yeah, so like I'm, and then so at the 500, like he takes me all the way to the bottom of our stairs, and then I have to go up like probably 75 stairs to get to our seats. I crutch the whole time, and the people are just like cheering me on, and I just sit there the entire race because I'm like, I'm not going back up and down these stairs.
Dang.
So, yeah, it was pretty fun because we took the pathway where you could go across the track. And so It was fun, like taking the wheelchair across the track.
That's pretty cool.
Before the race. Yeah. I love the race.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know you guys are big Indy 500 fans.
Yes, yeah. And then 500, and now we just watch all the races. I'm a big IndyCar fan now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I watch it all. Like I have favorite drivers. Like we do IndyCar fantasy. Like,
really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, like we're into it. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely love it. It's fun. And like I follow like the drivers that what seats are they getting or who may be going to F1. Like, I love it.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, do the same drivers race the Indy 500 that race like all in like Italy and like all the other?
So no, so that's more F1. So the 500 is the IndyCar spec series.
Oh, okay.
So like all the cars are like the same. So it's more like driver talent versus like F1 is like the car.
Okay.
So I think F1 is really boring.
Okay.
But IndyCar is fun because the cars are a little bit more evenly matched. So then it's a lot of like driver talent.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I don't know. It's really fun.
Yeah. No, I like
Yeah.
anything with engines. So.
Yeah, right. Like, oh yeah, the 500. Have you ever been?
Mm-mm.
You should go.
Which is crazy because I lived right there all those years growing up.
I never went until I got together with Matt, and his family has been going for forever. Wow. And so they have like the same seats every year. We sit behind the pits, which, the first couple years I went, I was like, oh, this is fun. There's a lot to look at. And I get to watch the pits, the cars come in and out. And then like we always do like a drawing, like, oh, root for your driver. And after a few years, I'm like, oh, the 500 is really fun. So then I start getting into it and following a driver. And then now we just watch it all. And like, I'm like really into it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah. So the Achilles year had the 500 wheelchair.
Brutal.
Yep. Not very much fun.
Yeah. I can't imagine though. That's a pretty important part of riding a horse is stability.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. And yeah,
seems...
having like building up your calf, like your calf is really important, and you lose all of that after the surgery.
How long were you down?
So that happened in May. I got the okay to get back on, I think like the end of August.
But you're not driving or anything that whole time. So like traveling with the horses and taking people to shows.
Yeah, like we did a lot of dressage here. We didn't do much that summer. I think Jess ended up driving the rig like once or twice to go somewhere, but okay. I know she doesn't like to.
Yeah, she hates that thing.
Yeah, so we didn't really do that much that summer. I think I started driving probably sometime in July.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't terrible because once I was able to put a shoe on, then I could go on, which I had to find shoes that would not bother my Achilles scar. So that was also fun. And you had to find one that had like a bit of a heel drop so that it would, like it would not stretch your tendon too much. Like, so I don't know. It was quite the process. I've never been injured before. But I was like, I ride horses for a living. Like it's gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt at some point. So that happened. I started getting going again and riding the horses and feeling comfortable, started jumping the horses again. Went to Aiken that next following winter, fell off again. Was down in the grass arena with Harvey, and a bird flew out in front of us, and he spun the opposite way, where towards my Achilles leg. And I fell off pretty much the same way, but I landed twisting and dislocated my knee, popped my ACL, and...
Same leg,
meniscus. Like I did a number, and I'm like laying on the ground, and I reached down. I was like, "Ooh, that's not where my leg should be," and I just push on it, and it pushes it back in, and then I felt a little better because like I don't know, it dislocated or whatever. So when I pushed it back in, everything just like, oh, okay. And then I was just down there. There was a couple other girls from across the street that were riding, and they called Katie. She was down there in Aiken with me, and she came and got me, and we went to the urgent care, and they x-rayed it, and it was not broken, which I was like, well, I kind of figured that. It's definitely ACL because I heard the pop.
All the above.
Yep. And all the other things. And so they put me in a splint, and we still had a week left in Aiken, and the kids were showing that next following weekend. And I mean, again, thankful that everybody we're such a family, and like everybody stepped in and helped take care of the horses because I was down. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't be up very long. Like I couldn't put any weight on my knee or my leg at all because they would just slide out, and I couldn't really do anything till we got home. So I was like, well, I'm here for a week, and I'm like talking to Jess. I'm like, who's going to drive the trailer home? Like, what's going to happen? And we're like, I guess we're going to teach Big Emma to drive it, and she's going to drive me home. And then by the end of the week, I was able to stand on it with my crutches and put my weight on it, and I drove the rig home.
Wow.
And,
That's badass.
Yeah, right. And it was like, it was fine because like actually sitting there in the truck, I didn't put a lot of weight on the knee, so I was able to drive pretty comfortably. When I got out to fill up and stuff, it would take me a minute.
Like, hey,
yeah,
I need somebody to go put diesel in this thing.
I know. And I was like, the girls were in the car behind me, and so they were following me. And on the way back, the ladies' family, they had a blowout, and so they didn't have like an impact driver and all the things that they needed. So I get a call, and it's like, they're behind you. Can we take your impact driver? So I pull over, and the girls grab it, drive back to them, change the tire, and the girls caught up to me at the next gas station.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and they stayed with me so that I, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I drove that thing with.
That's brutal. What a badass.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, though. You guys are hard asses out
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
That's
So
awesome.
came home. And then it took forever to get my MRI insurance problems.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, it was just terrible.
Yeah, because we were talking about that. I'm like, you just go get one and then have the insurance company, whatever. Long story. But
Yeah.
That's a
It was absolutely terrible.
disaster.
Yeah, because this was different insurance than my Achilles. Like, Blue Cross was like, yeah, sure, do whatever you need. United was like, well, we need more proof. So it took forever to get just an MRI to say, yes, you need surgery. So then once I finally got that, I had to do a month of pre-rehab to make sure that when I did go in for surgery, my muscles could still wake up and activate. So I had to do a month of rehab before I had surgery, which timeline works out because I was able to walk on it at this time. So I had surgery right after we got home from the 500. So I was able to, I walked the mile and back on it. Like, gotta do what you gotta do for things you like.
Yeah, I agree. It's just tough. It's just tough to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody being hurt, and it just sucks to have to know what they're
That
going
one
through.
was really hard on me, like mentally.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, you just recovered from the other one, and you just got back to being on your horse.
Yep.
And
then
next thing
it happens
you know,
again.
something boom.
Yeah.
You're like,
And
dang, I
and
just went through this.
Yeah, it took a long time, like mentally, for me
Oh,
to come
yeah.
back from that. And it just really until now do I feel like myself again.
Nice.
So I think having Frank, my new horse, has really like put the spark back in
Yeah,
So
That's nice.
yeah, so it's
Some fuel to your fire.
yeah, because it was hard to go to shows and watch everybody compete when I couldn't.
Yeah.
And my horse was out. Like I knew his career was probably over. So a lot of things happened mentally. It was pretty depressing, but still had to
Power through
do
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what separates the good from the great,
Yeah.
though. You know what I mean? Like it takes those, and I'm a nobody saying this. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't go through it, but
Yeah.
like it's almost like you're right where you're supposed to be the whole time. Like it takes that to be where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, because if I just would have kept going, like maybe Frank wouldn't have never happened.
Right.
So
you never know.
And I hope he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I hope he'll fill the role that I need.
Yeah. You just got him a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He came from Germany.
That's crazy. Another imported horse.
Yeah. This one was wild. Like, again, like you're always finding the people, like your village, people say all the time, like it really is important, and being able to have such a group around you, like it's really like emotional. Like it's like, I can't believe these people want me to succeed, like, and do this. Like, who am I? Like, why me? But universe gives
I think
you
that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, like people say it's like who you know. And I do believe that a lot. Like I wouldn't be here if Jess and I hadn't met randomly and become, best friends and roommates and all that. Like I wouldn't be out here. But also like I decided to keep her in my life. We just, like you have to also choose to keep these people around, like
No,
I
agree.
could have easily just like when we graduated, lost contact.
Right.
And
which happened to what, 4 other people, 5 other people?
absolutely. Yeah.
Or, you know, both of your guys' tribes, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, probably still contact friends or acquaintance friends. If you got together for pizza, you'd be like all about it. But
definitely.
there's a difference there.
But yeah, there is a difference. Like you do have these people in your life that are meant to be there, and they come at the right times. Like
I agree.
Like Betsy came at the right time to help me, you know, further my riding career and gain a lot of knowledge, and help me with 2 amazing horses to like keep learning on and help, you know, this business grow as well. And because I got better.
It all worked.
Yeah.
Like hand in hand.
Yeah, it always does. And so now, you know, so many people came together to help me get Frank too. Like also like why? Like thank you, everybody.
Divine.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's really cool to have such a cool community here on this little farm, you know, like we have such great clients, and I don't know. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I think that people see stuff in you that you don't see. You know what I mean? Like it's hard like to receive that as a person. Like I'm the same way.
Yeah.
People have done the same thing. Not whatever over time. It's
No,
just
absolutely.
something that like you're like, I don't see it, but other people do, and that's what makes it. I don't know the turn. You know, it's kind of nice to see it on the other end.
Yeah.
You know, and but you're taking it and you're pushing it to the next level. It's like you're not just taking it and being like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, look at me. Like I have this amazing horse.
Right. You're genuinely just trying to get to the next level and live out your dreams, so that way you can help share that with everyone else.
Exactly.
So that's why you're that person. Like you're the circle that everyone's, you know, kind of drawn to. So
yeah, I don't know, it's weird to be that person sometimes, but I don't know, it's so cool.
Yeah. Well, you've been through some stuff to get to where you're at, so it's just part of it.
Yeah. And like
you always rise to the occasion, you know. Like you, if there's a problem, you're fixing it or finding a solution.
Yeah.
So it's like
not
like you're just sitting there like, it's, you know, I don't know. You're not just stagnant. You're
I'm not
always going higher.
Right.
So
I always want to be better. Like in even my own writing, my own teaching. Like I like to read like articles on like coaching better and like things like that too. Like how can I keep improving myself? And I think this industry sometimes lacks that, like continuing to get better.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to get complacent.
Oh, easily. And it's
I mean?
easy to stay in your own bubble too. Like I've learned that the last few years, like these horses have taken me, or I've learned that with these horses, they've taken me so many cool places. Like I love every time I go to Virginia, like I'm driving by the Washington Monument. Like how cool is that? I have a horse trailer with me.
Right.
Like and I'm driving by DC, like going to South Carolina and Kentucky, and, you know, picking up Harvey in New York. Like, I don't know. It's just, you get to go so many cool places in your own little, within your own little community. And I've also learned that like with horses, like it can become your whole life. So I try to have other interests outside of it. That's why I never wanted like a horsey boyfriend or husband, because I needed to have that balance. And I think that's really important in this career, because you can get so burnt out.
Oh, for sure.
It like if you just make that the only thing you ever do, you're going to get burnt out.
For sure. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work. And, you know, I think there's a good balance here. And, you know, I have other interests besides horses as well. Like the IndyCar, like I love football. Like, you know, Matt and I love to go concerts. Like we travel all over for those now. Know. Like how cool is that? So we love it. And, I don't know. So I think it's really important to have something, to have multiple interests as well. So that you're not just.
I agree. No, I if I weren't diversified in so many different things, even just in business, like doing my process here, if I weren't out fixing things on, like, you know, every now and then I get the chance to go outside and fix, or the tractor's broken, the hydraulic hoses or something. It's like the monotonous of it gets overwhelming after a while.
It makes time go so much faster.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're just doing so many different things, you're just like, my life is so cool. Like I get to ride horses and then like watch football. Like, I don't know, like, or go to a race or go to a concert, and like you get to meet cool people within all of those little groups too.
Isn't that crazy? And then you find people within the other circles that they're interested too.
Yeah.
And you realize how small the world really is.
It's so when a couple years ago, when I think it was after my ACL surgery, we went home for a day of concert in Indy, and I'm on crutches. And so I'm leaving one night and they're like, people are pushing and shoving. You know how it is. Like after a concert, like people are just trying to go out the exit. And this
They've all been drinking.
Yeah, right. This group of people, like the family I didn't know, just surrounded me. And they were like keeping people away. And so really cool. So about a month later, we go to another concert in, where were we? Oh, New Jersey at Camden. And we're standing in line. Like Matt likes to go, he likes to collect the posters. And so we're standing in line waiting for the poster and we're just talking to these people and they're like, oh, what concert have you gone to? And they were like, oh, we went to Deer Creek in June. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Like, I was like, yeah, I was on crutches. And they're like, we were the people that were surrounding you.
No
I was
way.
like, well, that's wild. Yeah. So like you meet the people that travel around that are also in this community. And then when we went to Seattle this past August, we met these people from Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. And they were like, hey, we're thinking of coming out to Camden next year. Like, we should hook up and like meet. And like, they all followed us on Instagram and Facebook. Like, they like comment on our stuff. I don't know. So it's just
That's
like
awesome.
you meet so many cool people doing different things
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's what it takes. We've done the same exact thing with people we meet in the woods wheeling.
Yeah.
And we're like, we just become best friends?
Right.
This is amazing.
That's how we feel when we go to the concerts. It's like, because I'm like an introvert, big time. And like, I like to stay in my own little bubble. Like, I'm kind of shy. And so for me to like go and talk to all these different people and like, it's weird to have like me being like outgoing, talking just random people.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like I've become more open to that kind of stuff. And like when I go to shows, like the horse shows and stuff, I see people I know and I'm like saying hi, and like people that know me are like, you actually talking to people? I'm like, yeah, it's weird.
This is all new.
Yeah, it is all new.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I find though that when you have common interests and you're at the same place, like say the concert or say whatever, it's like
so
those
easy.
are your tribe. Like those are the people that
Yeah.
you're going to connect most with because well, maybe not all of them, but the majority of them. I've been to archery events, and my problem was I can't get my buddies to get a bow because they're expensive, right?
Sure.
So I'm like, well, I'll go find
people that do it.
shoot
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They already have them, right? That's where you find them. Same thing,
Yep.
right? The concerts, the horse shows, whatever. That's where you're going to find your
IndyCar.
tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in a sense, or it could be with insert whatever, mountain biking. Like go to the park, you're probably going to find your tribe. You know what I mean? So, but it is outsider looking in, eyes wide open looking. To try to connect.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
awesome.
I find that like traveling has been, I don't really care to travel like the world or whatever, but like going and seeing new places, like we love Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Like what a cool place to go. Like I would go back there in a heartbeat. And so we're even like, should we go next year?
Yeah.
like, cause it was just so cool. And like that concert venue was beautiful. Like go hiking in the woods I don't know. Like it's just cool to see new places.
Yeah, and then outside looking in, you're showing us pictures and stuff, and I'm like, man, I want to do that too.
Like, right?
I'm not even a concert goer. I just want to go to explore.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Yeah. And I think that's why I like share it. Cause it's like, look, like the world is so cool. And, especially right now, like people are so at each other for everything. But then you go to these and you meet all these different people that have different viewpoints, but then you all like are just human, like, and you get along. It's like, that's really what the world is. Like we all can get along. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's easy to get caught up in, in everything.
Oh yeah. I watch the news all the time and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't know. Just finding common ground, I guess. I guess it's that's probably why I stay in my own lane most of the time, and I'm probably a little bit of an introvert, but at the same time I'm both.
Yeah.
Like I will keep to myself, but at the same time, every now and then I just get like a spark, and I'm like, oh hey, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah. Matt's a bit like that. Like he likes to stay home and do things, but also like when we go places, he's talking to everybody. I'm like, who are? Like we went to the store the other day and somebody picked up a pizza and they were like, he's like, that's a great pizza. I'm like, who are you? Like, why are you talking to these people? But like that's who he's just with his job. Like he's used to now just talking to everybody. And,
makes sense.
Yeah, so he's just like, well, at least one of us can talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then I'll be in here for like a week, and I'm like, man, I gotta go to the parts store or something and see somebody. It's healthy to get out and have a conversation.
It is, yeah. It's good to get out of your bubble too.
Yeah, and push yourself. That's one of the things that I wanted to say was I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I'm like, I think it was like what I've done over my my career, where each time that like I got like happy or like complacent, it was like I met the next obstacle, and then it took me somewhere else, and then it was outside my comfort zone. This is changing jobs out of nowhere, and I'm like, I met a friend I haven't seen forever, but we used to be really close, and it took me down this path to a new job.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about that job. But I'm like, well, I have the basic mechanical skills. I can probably do it. But it's just outside your comfort zone. It's like you almost got to keep doing that to keep leveling up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you got to kind of push outside your comfort zone, I guess is my experience of like to grow.
Yep.
So
I like the first year that I went to Aiken, I went by myself with the horses, and I stayed in somebody's house that was on the farm. Like, I didn't know who they were, and boy, driving down there, I was so nervous because I was like, I don't know anybody. Like, I just know I'm gonna go to Tim's barn. Like, that's all.
But you're also pulling like a 43-foot freaking trailer.
Yeah.
10
hours away.
Hopefully
Don't know where I'm
you
going.
go on some back roads or go across some freaking tiny bridge or something. So
yeah, but like every time I've made that trip, I'm just like, just going south, or like, no big deal. Like every time I go somewhere, I'm like, it's just a new experience. I kind of look forward to those things now instead of just being like so nervous about it. Because I think we get more nervous about the unknown rather than like anything that, like, I know I can drive the trailer, but I don't exactly know what every road looks like. So like you get nervous about that, and I don't know, like it makes you not do that. Fear makes you not do stuff a lot of times. And so I just like, and same with the riding, like I'm too afraid to jump that jump. It's like, well, you have all the skills to do it. Why don't you try it once? And then you see that you can do it, and then it's just like, oh, I can do these things. So like you have to keep pushing to make yourself better.
No, I agree. I think that's with everything.
Yes, yeah. It's not just the horses. Like it's with literally with life. Like,
well, even like in, I don't know, you're capable of much more than you think you are. I've learned that myself just by lifting weights.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely. I mean? Yeah, right. You're like, wow, I can do that.
I can do this. And the crazy thing is you can do way more than your brain thinks it can do. You just got to pick it up.
Yeah.
Or do the thing. Put yourself outside the comfort zone and you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like what's the worst that happens? Like
you can't lift it, or you take a turn around.
Right. Remember that time I called you and I was in Aiken and I went down I was on this 2-lane road, back road, and there was a dead end, and I was like, oh no, I'm with the truck and trailer. Like, what do I do? Like, where do I go? And there was a dead end. The road ended up being closed. And I look behind me and there was like a little tiny driveway with a ditch on both sides. And I was like, well, I'm going to back into that. Somehow did it. Like, and I hadn't been driving the thing for very long. Somehow backed it into that. And then I pulled it out. And I remember calling you and be like, I'm such a badass.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe I just did that.
You did it.
Yeah. I mean, looking back now, I could have just backed down the road into the barn that I was staying at. It wasn't that far, but that was much cooler.
Yeah, you rose to the occasion.
Yeah, it's much cooler to do it that way.
I remember the first time just getting in a work van one time. As I was only probably 19, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the van, blah blah blah. And the company's putting me in it, and then I'm like getting in it, started up, and I'm like, oh, I got to learn how to drive a van because there's no rear view mirror.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something different that you're not really used to. You just got to rise to the occasion. So. That's with everything. Yeah. But yeah, I don't even like driving that trailer. I'll be completely honest with you.
That's funny.
Every time I have to pull it up, my arms are sweating. I'm driving. I'm like, please. Well, you get to those events and usually it's some tiny little road or some tiny little gate you got to go through. It's never like this big open.
No, not usually.
Some of them are, but for whatever. I'm making it up, but it seems like they're always small, or like some big truck parks right at the opening, and you're like, oh well, that must be nice for you because now I can't get in here. Yeah. So, but yeah, that little one we used to have.
I'm super comfortable in the thing. I'm just like, I know exactly where the wheels are. I can turn wherever. Like I have driven it.
You got some miles.
100,000 miles, like or whatever.
Easy.
So, yeah.
Easy.
So like, and going to lessons and shows, and you just never really know like where you're going to be. I used to, every place new, I used to open up like Google Maps and just like go down and be like, all right, this is what the road looks like. So
Yeah.
that just so I had an idea and prepared. But I've gone to most places now that I
Can't
just
get in
really
there.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. I was recently looking at somebody like I don't know, some regulation thing on boat, like a boat transport thing, and apparently if it's over a certain length or a certain width, you're supposed to draw a permit, which not applies for us.
Sure.
But when you do that, it gives you the route that your trailer can handle, the roads to get there.
We need that.
Right. I was like, why isn't there some sort of GPS? Maybe there is, of like a
Yes.
GPS for RVs or something that we need to
There,
download.
so there is a trucker GPS.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Like some people have like really really big rigs, like semi type things, and they'll use like a trucker one.
Yep. Okay.
But I mean, I'm like, we're small enough. I'm fine.
I know. It's just one of those things.
I know, but
though.
like,
You
yeah,
can get-
it would be nice.
Yeah. Even just pulling into a gas station sometimes, you're like, we ain't getting in there. So go on to the next one.
It was embarrassingly too long that I found out that I could go to the trucker side.
Oh.
I was always pulling into the smaller side
Oh, gotcha.
for the longest time. So I'm backing in and out of like really tight spots. And then one time Amanda was like, yeah, no, you can go to the trucker side. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's embarrassing. I didn't know that. The diesel side on the trucker side. So now like when I'm going to Aiken, I know exactly, there's like 3 gas stations I stop at. I know exactly where to go. Pull
Perfect.
right in, truck stops.
Looking
I
like
know.
a pro.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
like pulling up all these semis. I'm like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, you've legitimately put probably 100,000 on that. I was just driving it the other day.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, man, we got this thing with like maybe 68 or 88,000, like when
Maybe.
it was like a baby truck.
Yeah.
And it's got 198 on it.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
it's
mean,
legit.
yeah, absolutely.
And I know Jessica hasn't been driving it, so
Yeah, I'm just like molded into
Maybe
that
for-
seat.
maybe for some feed or something, but not very often.
No, yeah.
You gotta-
I know. I'm just like that truck, that rig. Like just because I've driven it so much, like I'm just so I don't even think about it. Like I just drive.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has. It's
That's
been-
another thing that I don't think about. Well, I do because I travel a lot with my trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're traveling, we had an issue there for a long time with the tires on the trailer just
gosh,
blowing out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, we're fixing this. I'm getting the most ridiculous
Oh,
tires
So
that money can
thankful.
buy.
Yes.
But you had to change those things on the side of the road, you
Yeah.
know? So it's one of those things where you rose to the occasion. You're like, oh, well, this is an obstacle. If I want to go to this place down in South Carolina, I've got to pull this trailer.
Yep.
And I got to be prepared
Yep.
for whatever the road throws at me.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I went and bought an impact driver because I was like, I make my life a lot easier just to go vroom vroom vroom. And
But it's also knowing how to do it, how to get the spare off.
exactly.
Then to get there and be like, oh, now I need to take this to the tire
Yeah.
shop because I have a 8-hour ride home. You
Yeah.
know, it's like there's more to it than just being a fancy horse rider out there running around.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
And
yeah.
I'm saying that loosely.
Yeah.
I'm,
I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one time we had a blowout on the way home from a horse show, and I just like pulled right off because we were right by an exit, pulled right off. I think I changed that in like 5 minutes, and we were like back on the road. And
Yeah.
like people are just like driving by. I'm like, what's up?
Well, it's nice though because then you know you're out there doing it, and
Yeah.
then it helps other people do it too.
Yeah.
That it might be convoying with you or,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I think about that one time that we had to overcome you guys getting home from
Oh, carousel.
someplace up in
Delaware.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I was sick with COVID at the time, bad, like the worst.
We
and-
were there for so long. Yeah. 'Cause trying to figure out what to do.
Well, I was trying to get road service.
Yeah,
Because I
and
was
there
like, there's
was nobody.
no way I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. Like I didn't think I could do it.
I can't believe.
But we ended up having to put my truck on a trailer, pull it up with another truck to where you guys were. And this is in July, so it's like 110.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Or it's July or August.
It was August. It was right before we went
Okay.
to the championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I had to unload my truck, hook it to the trailer.
Yep.
And then drive the truck you were driving on the trailer. Yeah. That was whatever.
Oh.
That's what it takes, though.
Yeah, I mean, we like sat in the grass and played Uno. I think we had like Chick-fil-A DoorDash to us. Like we were just waiting. I mean,
Rise and overcome.
it's part of life, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like you gotta not get too upset about the little things.
It's easy, though, especially when you're expected just to get in the truck and turn the AC on and go. And next thing you know, your whole day changes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's it's hard to accept,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I guess at the end of the day, you didn't have another choice.
Yep. Hey, you
So-
just do what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. thoroughly enjoyed hanging out and learning what you did
Yeah.
after college, because I really didn't have an idea of what you did after that transition
I
period.
had a
but
little desk job for a while. And
yeah, I can imagine.
didn't
I mean, I
help.
can, because I don't know. I'm just glad that you stuck to like your gut
Yeah.
and went for what you thought you wanted. And
Yeah.
I guess no right or
Yeah.
wrong way to do it. It's just
No,
whatever.
and I knew like if I wanted to get to the level I want to ride at, then I was gonna have to go all in. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But you know, whether I get there or not, like I'm gonna keep trying. So
Well, hopefully Frank can get you there.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
He's-
Is that the goal? Any future plans like to?
Yeah. He's got to do more than walk. I finally sat on him, and he's walking around a little bit now.
Well, he's young too, isn't he?
He's only 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's bottom. He had never been sat on, and just gonna do all the training from the ground up. So I'm kind of excited. I hope that you have the story of like making it to the 5-star on a horse that you started yourself.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
that'd be so amazing.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you can get there.
Yeah.
You know, just as
Yeah.
things have to fall into place, and I think they will. And you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gotta
and
stick to it.
now I'm like feeling like myself again, and starting to get my fitness back and get my riding back, and it's slow coming, but I'm not in any hurry. So like,
one day at a time.
yep, it's just all you gotta do.
And you ever look back at what you did, and you're like, dang, the time, and like, it's crazy to look back and see where you're at.
Oh, I mean, I don't know
Humbling.
yeah, it is, and it's fun. Like I get all these memories. I'm like, pop up on Facebook of me riding, and like, it's a little like sad for me because I'm like, I was doing all these really cool things, and now I'm like starting again. But like, I'm starting again from a much better place. Like I'm starting from a much more experienced place and a much more like educated place. So I hope that with Frank, it'll happen faster
It will.
because I've already been there.
It has to.
Yeah, right. Like, and I think that's what's going to go. I needed to learn, so you don't get there unless you learn. So.
Yeah, and it sucks though that you have to take the the loss or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that fuel is what's driving the train now. To
Definitely.
like you know what I mean? There's no negotiating. It's
No.
getting there.
Yeah.
And it's this,
Yeah.
and this, and there's no other way.
No,
You know? So
I'm just going to keep,
I think it's just fuel.
keep plugging away. And like, you just never know what other door is going to open. Like, maybe somebody wants to help give me another horse,
Yeah.
like I'm not saying that's going to
Or
happen.
a fuel
but like,
sponsor.
yeah.
Or, some tack.
That would be amazing. Fuel sponsor.
Anybody listening
Yeah.
out there?
Fuel, feed, hay would be great.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts or anything else that you wanted to get out there? I hope to, I hope to see you rise to the level of what your goals are, and then recap that at some point. That'd be
That would be
insane.
so cool. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think just for anybody, believe in yourself and like what you can do, and don't let somebody say you can't. Because if it's in your heart that you want to do it, like take the leap and go and try. Because it's not, you're gonna wait. Your time's gonna pass anyways, and if you don't try, you're gonna be sad that you didn't when you look back on your life. I've heard a lot of people tell me those things that like, oh, I wish I would have done that. So
I love that.
yeah, I'm
with your
pretty
gut.
lucky and find great people like that are supportive of you and want to see you succeed. Because then I think you build such a great community and you help each other become successful in whatever you do. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not always where you're looking either. It's where you least expect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like opportunities or people or tools or whatever the heck. It's like you find something. It finds you. You know what I mean?
Yes. I always say like, I like to put things out in the universe and eventually they'll come back. And I tell Jess all the time, it's like, you never know who's going to walk through the door.
Never know.
Like, maybe there'll be another, Myers clan that wants to buy more horses and see us ride and do things. And maybe there's not, and that's okay. Like I'm going to take what I have day by day. And I'm very lucky to be where I'm at and get the greatest boss and the greatest, farm to work out of. And I can't pinch me. Can't believe it's my life. Like, yeah.
Gritty. I think about it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
man, I guess I'm just right where I'm supposed to be at. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and
Yeah.
you know, that's what I think about. So
Yeah. The universe will keep giving.
yeah, I agree.
So
Well,
be a good person.
yeah, I would say that's probably
Yeah.
100% of it is.
I try like every day, you know, just I
Well,
don't.
you do. I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Like I
yeah.
don't let things get me down too much, or like bother me too much. And I have a pretty good routine every day of like how to keep my stress down and be at peace.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's important too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I'm super appreciative you coming on.
Yeah,
and
thanks. This was
hanging
fun.
out.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah. No, I had a great time hanging out.
Yeah.
So.
And Matt was all worried that I wouldn't be able to talk.
Ah,
he's
I knew
he's
we'd
always
have
like,
this
"You're
in
a
the
terrible storyteller." I'm like, "Yeah, well,
This is in the bag. This was just a fun hangout.
yeah, like,
and
I
it
can talk about my story."
recapping where you've been and what led you to where you're at.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
know.
all natural.
I love it.
So that's one thing I do like about this podcast is nothing scripted. We're just in here to hang
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah, no,
have some coffee and
I love it. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll close it out.
Cool.
All right, we'll see you guys. Thanks.